from Dinarland highlights from May 7th, 2020. The first off is Bruce the Big called. We are wiser now. We know that Iraq cannot announce their new currency, even though they had it revalued for a while and had it on the CBI website, but immediately sort of took it down. They can't really announce that until we say we can, but it is just so closely held until we're ready to start. When we're ready to start, that is just so closely held until we're ready to start. As early as the Iraqi Dinar revaluation is going to happen. It's been over a week ago now. We've seen it go up in value. We've seen a rate approaching, but not quite as high as $10. That's an in-country so-called rate because it's there for Iraqis and on their QI cards. It's not necessarily going to be at a bank screen or a CBI website. No, it won't be there yet. So if that rate holds up, it's going to be a front screen rate on our banks. I don't know, could be. I'm excited. It looks like we're finally coming down to the wire. We had some false starts. We had a big weekend. It's all good. We know that Iraq cannot announce their new currency, even though they've had it revalued for a while and had it on the CBI website, but immediately sort of took it down. They can't really announce that until we say they can, which is strange, I know, but it's just so closely held until we're ready to start. When we're ready to start, that is as early as the Iraqi dinar revaluation is going to be seen. It's been over a week ago now, and we've seen it kind of go up in value. We've seen the rate approaching, but not quite as high as $10. That's an in-country so-called rate because it's there for Iraqs and their QI cards. It's not necessarily going to be on a bank screen or a CBI website. No, it won't be there yet. So if that rate holds up, it's going to be a front screen rate on our banks. I don't know, could be. I'm excited. Looks like we're finally coming down to the wire. We had some false starts. Big weekend. It's all good. Okay, from Foot Forward. Question, what do y'all think the new PM will have to do with an RV? Answer, his biggest contribution is that he's not an Iranian hack. It's helpful, so he's not something that would hold back the RV, but it's not something that forces the RV to happen. It's like oil in a car. Oil doesn't run the car, but the car runs better with oil in the engine. Question, so we should see the budget between now and May 24th, the end of Eid al-Fitr. Answer, I'd be surprised if the budget even takes that long. It does because they're bickering over a few minor points. I was told the budget has been done for months with just a few fine points needing to be worked out. Okay, from Caparoni, many news outlets in Iraq confirming now it is official. Kazemi is the new prime minister of Iraq along with 15 members of his cabinet. 5 to 7 more members will be voted on tomorrow. The only thing that has been accomplished as a result of the parliamentary vote today to confirm the prime minister and his cabinet is that it should bring a sense of stability to Iraq. A news article surfaced today indicating Sadr's political bloc may have influence and control over who is the Central Bank of Iraq governor as a condition for voting for the new prime minister. We will have to see that if in fact is true, that may be significant. Okay, from Pimpy, lo and behold, we sure enough, our boy Al-Kazemi made it in there. And then Mike Pompeo sent a letter. The United States will move forward with a 120-day electricity waiver as a display of our desire to help provide the right conditions for success. The Secretary and Prime Minister also discussed the upcoming U.S.-Iraq strategic dialogue and how they look forward to working together to provide the Iraq people with prosperity and security that they deserve. This is going in a very interesting direction. We know that sometime in June that the United States with the United Nations, along with the IMF, are going to meet with the Iraqi government and they're going to talk about some things. Let's hope they're talking about the prosperity part of this. We all know that part of the prosperity and one of the things that can help them is what? The increase in exchange rate. Okay, from Mark Z, these are huge. Iraq's new PM said they were done being the world's battlefield and Iraq was going to be stable with prosperity. So everyone knows now that Iraq did seat a new prime minister and over 50% of his cabinet is already sat and in place. And Iran drops zeros and changes its currencies from rial to toman. We have always been told to look for some things to be in place. I understand they will start exchanging in Iran within the next 10 days to the new currency. If this is true, it tells us we're right here. We should all be preparing for post-RV at this time. Okay, Jeff, This is in my opinion. The last remaining 7 ministers most likely will not be needed or required for the rate change. Pompeo tweet, quote, great to speak with the new Iraqi Prime Minister Mustafa al-Kadhimi. Now comes the urgent hard work of implementing the reforms demanded by the Iraqi people. I pledge to help him deliver on his bold agenda for the sake of the Iraqi people. According to what Pompeo said, that next move is the reforms, which is the demand of the people. That can't happen without a rate change, so based on this comment, Iraq's next move is the rate change. The news is going to go dark and quiet for the next few weeks. Okay, from Mountain Goat, don't worry what the exchange rate of the dinar is in Iraq. The CBI will limit the exchange rate in Iraq for reasons I will not get into today. We are only concerned with the rate on the Forex and what we can negotiate with the banks. Most banks will just have a standard rate of exchange, take it or leave it. As far as any contract rates, we know that China did pre-purchase oil credits from the U.S., so these credits we have an opportunity to share in if we so desire. Only way you will know for sure is to ask when you sit down to exchange. If they can't tell you or say they don't know, then go to another bank. Yes, they are going to be special so-called exchange centers, but be careful that you go to an actual exchange center and not some scam, as there's going to be many of these scams around this time. And that's all for now. Thanks for tuning in.